that where your innovation index comes from? Because
yes, you have done your research.
Well, I was really interested because I think you've been ranking countries on how you perceive how free they are or how free businesses are to make money and so on.
But it turns out it's not my perception, although I do advise, it's data. Those rankings are totally driven by data. I put in some of the data elements and recommend them to the data group. It's an independent data group, and they come up with that ranking. And it's interesting how dynamic it is. I think countries are recognizing that they're accountable or they're in competition with each other for the people, the entrepreneurs, the money, the jobs of the world. And so they need to improve. And having a ranking like that encourages countries to improve.
Because just thinking, I mean, obviously you've got your Switzerlands and your Singapores and the States are high on your index, but then you've also
But your country, the UK, just moved up to number 2.
Now, is that because of Brexit or despite Brexit? I think we might have to leave the Brexit conversation for another time, but I'm interested in places like at the other end, like El Salvador, Central African Republic, which have introduced some forms of cryptocurrencies, but haven't been seen to be successful in that. Is that because it's too early to judge, or is it, you mentioned Putin and Russia, some people are saying that actually there were bad agents encouraging places like the CAR to get into crypto because the Wagner Group were involved. There have been lots of complications on these issues.
So I look at it this way, and I say that with a leader or a politician or a bureaucrat that says, I don't want Bitcoin here, you've got to ask them why, because Bitcoin keeps perfect records and eliminates graft and corruption.
But I guess, in some areas...
And to get to the Central African Republic and El Salvador, both those countries were dirt poor, and they had leaders who said, I'm going to see what I can do. Now, the timing was bad because El Salvador's president came in when Bitcoin was at 42,000. It's come back down. It's about 20-something thousand now. If he had come in at 20,000 and watched it rise from here, he'd be an absolute hero. He would have paid back the IMF. He would have been, his country would be all in crypto. Turns out, though, his country has benefited in a big way. They are about 5 years ahead of almost any other country on the planet in the use of Bitcoin, smart contracts, and NFTs. They have somehow leapfrogged the rest of the world in that way. They're still a very, very poor country, but if you project out 20, 30, 40 years, they might be one of the they might be one of the stars. They may be the equivalent of what Singapore was when they were dirt poor, and they had Lee Kuan Yew come in and build trust in that country.